With everything being as out of order as it is, I have found it really difficult to find ways to stay productive and just stay on top of things. In my most recent video, I took you through a day in my life at university and how I've sort of tried to give myself a routine and just make things as normal as I can. And I had a few comments sort of asking, but how do you stay productive? If you want to watch that video, I will link it down below and up here. Establishing daily habits at uni has been so important to just keep me on track, keep me as focused as I can be and averagely productive. I like to think of my daily habits as like a basis. Everything else is built up from that. These are just sort of the foundation. They're the things I need to get done to make sure that the rest of my day goes smoothly and things kind of slot into place. I use the app Done to help me keep on top of my habits, to track them and tick them off when I'm done with them. Also making sure that in the long run they will be natural habits which I do without thinking and I don't have to tick them off a list. But this is a good place to start. So some of the small daily habits which I like to do are making sure I make my bed, making sure I do my skincare, drinking enough water. The small things which can be very easily forgotten about but will definitely make such a difference to how you feel as a person, make you feel a bit fresher, just make everything around you feel a little bit nicer and cleaner. One of the main things which I mentioned in that original video was setting myself a daily schedule. Because I'm a student, my life during COVID has been just everywhere. There's no routine to it. I don't have things to go to. I don't have any meetings. I don't have any lectures to go to. They're all here. There's a lot of flexibility to it, but in the bad way. So what I wanted to do was give myself a daily schedule of things which I wanted to get done and things that I had to get done within a certain time frame. I set it Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 to make it kind of like, these are my set times, make it just like a normal working job. But giving myself this schedule just made it so much easier because otherwise I just loll about all day. I don't realize what time it is and then the day's just gone and I just end up everything just, it's very hectic. So this schedule has helped me so much to just get a rough idea of what I want to do. It's very rough. It doesn't have to be strict if I run over. It doesn't matter. The way I did this was I just made a list of everything which I realized I needed to do in the day. So this was including lectures, exercise, and then I sort of just put them into my schedule, figured out what worked best at what times, just moved things about until it got to a place where I felt comfortable with it and felt would work best for my daily routine. Kind of similar to setting daily habits, but set a to-do list every single day. Add anything to this list, no matter how small. A lot of times you get to the end of the day and you don't actually realize how productive you've been because you've not noted it all down. It helps you from just sitting around as well. It just helps to like give you purpose, I guess. Like, I know that sounds kind of like sad, but at this moment in time, it helps to give you purpose. I usually do mine on the computer, but physically writing them down in a notebook is also really good. It'll help you feel so much more accomplished because you're actually ticking things off and you're actually noticing how much you're doing. Like, you feel like you're moving towards a goal. One of the things which I probably don't stick to as much as I probably should, but keeping your phone out of the way. I try to keep my phone out of reach whilst I'm doing things to just stop me from being distracted. I'm also really trying to limit down my screen time, so just keeping it out of the way and just not being able to touch it is the easiest way to do that. Or actually turning off notifications for certain apps. Just the small stupid ones which also aren't very necessary, like on Instagram when it's just telling you somebody's added to their story. I don't need that. It just makes me pick up my phone and then I get distracted. If you don't want to turn off notifications, you can turn on airplane mode or do not disturb mode. Just something to make it so that you're not picking up your phone as much as you normally would. Another thing which I found quite helpful as well, if I am going to be on a screen, is to wear my blue light glasses, which just limit down the amount of blue light that enters your eyes. It's meant to help the signal in your brain and help you like shut off later on at night. I don't know what it does exactly, but I've noticed it kind of stops my headache because a lot of my work is done on a computer. There's loads of research behind it. I'll try and leave some links down below. I kind of said this before about making your bed and just making sure that you feel nice in yourself, and that is just keeping your workspace tidy. I usually try to do this every single night so that when I wake up it's ready and nice and tidy for me to get straight into work. Having a clean room or workspace is so helpful for me to just not get distracted and to just feel a bit nicer. If my room is messy, it irritates me. I'm not a naturally tidy person. It takes quite a bit of effort for me to stay tidy. I just know that I will feel so much better, so it's worth putting the effort in. Staying on top of it little by little each night is really good because then it means that you don't have to do a huge tidy at the end of the week and everything's everywhere. A method I have recently started using, which I have found so helpful in terms of physically getting work done, is the 25 5 method. I don't know the actual name of it, but basically you set a timer to work for 25 minutes and you just work throughout all of that, no distractions, no breaks, and then once the timer goes off, you can get a 5-minute break to get some water, go to the toilet, whatever you need to do in that 5 minutes. So this is helpful for me in 2 ways. It's 25 minutes. It's not a long amount of time. So just work through that 25 minutes without getting up, without shifting your mind between a few different things, and you will be able to keep the focus on that thing for that 25 minutes. I think it's such a good way to stay focused on that one thing. It also helps you see just how much you are actually capable of doing within 25 minutes. Usually if I'm stuck with something and I just don't know where to start, I'm just sat there mindlessly, not doing anything, and the best thing to do is just start. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous. What I mean is that I'm a slight perfectionist, so I usually want something to be perfect or I don't do it at all, which means I sometimes procrastinate a lot of my work because I'm worried that it's not going to be the standard I want it to be. But it's not going to get to that standard unless I just start. It doesn't even need to be necessarily that good, but just giving it a go and starting somewhere usually does help you find the direction you're looking to go in. The next tip I sort of mentioned before, but don't overwork yourself. Take breaks. It is so important to take breaks. During lockdown, I've found it quite difficult to be happy with the amount of work that I'm doing, so a lot of time I will try to overwork myself and get more work done, and then I burn out, I get tired, and then I don't want to do anything. Working from home and just not having a schedule can be so easy to get lost in your work and forget that you need to take a minute to yourself. A lot of the time when I'm doing essays and stuff, I end up just being sat on my bed watching TV, doing subpar essays, and usually going over into the evenings and into the nights, rather than just setting a certain time to properly focus, get a good amount of work done, and then giving yourself a rest. Probably heard the term work harder, wait, no, that's wrong. Definitely don't do that. You've probably heard the term work smarter, not harder, which is about focusing your energy in the right place and focusing on what is most important to give you the best results. I usually need my mind in a few places, so my brain is everywhere. I know I'm saying sit down and just like focus on one thing. It's a little bit hypocritical from me because I usually don't do that, but I do recommend it if you can. And on the topic of taking a break for yourself, take care of yourself. At the moment, I don't really have much to keep me motivated, so I'm trying so hard to focus on the things I can control, like my exercise, my nutrition. I used to be so bad with this. My nutrition and diet was just horrendous. I just didn't really focus on myself, and I found it very difficult to focus on myself. But over lockdown, I've really been trying to make sure that I'm exercising enough, I'm eating the right thing, and it has made me feel a lot better on the inside. Like I said, I'm trying to limit down my screen time, I'm trying to get enough sleep, I'm trying to eat my vegetables, and I hate vegetables, so that's impressive for me. I'm trying to drink enough water and take care of my skin, so a morning and nighttime skin routine. I have been trying to wake up averagely early, so at the moment I'm aiming for 9, which isn't early, but it's also not late. I'm trying to wake up earlier so then I get more sunlight, I get more time in the day, you know, it is better. I just hate doing it. I'm very bad at it. And then also maybe try meditating. There are a lot of good tutorials to follow on YouTube, which will just help you feel a bit more at ease and relax your mind a little bit. One thing that does seem to get on top of me are my emails. I sat down and I took maybe like an hour. Again, it didn't take very long, I just didn't want to do it. And I tried to go through all of my emails. I unsubscribed from spam things which I signed up to like 3 years ago. I deleted anything which I didn't need. You don't have to do it all at once. You can take your time with it. One thing which, yeah, again, I'm quite bad at, because like I said, I am a big procrastinator, is to plan ahead of time. Cleaning up the night before, so when I wake up, it's nice and fresh and ready for me to start my day. So like filming this video today, I made sure to charge my camera the night before so that it was ready for me filming now. If you're trying to get an exercise done first thing in the morning, try laying out your gym clothes so they are ready when you wake up and you see them, and hopefully it'll motivate you to get them on and go. And finally, one thing to end the day on a nice, relaxing note and just bring everything all together is to journal. I tried doing a bullet journal for a long time. It didn't work very well because I focused more on like the pretty side of it rather than the actual planning side of it. I have started using the app Notion on my computer. At the end of the day, I like to journal and see what has gone well for me and what I need to do tomorrow. I like to start my to-do list at night so that when I wake up it is ready for me, and then in the morning if I've forgotten anything I can add it then. I think in lockdown it's become quite repetitive and you can lose track of everything, and I think it's just nice to look at the small wins for a day and see what's been good for you. Give yourself a night routine. I like having a bit of a night routine to tell my brain when it's time to go to bed. Keep it simple. It doesn't need to be anything extravagant. About half an hour before I go to sleep, I try to turn off all my devices. Don't watch TV, don't go on my phone. I've been doing Sudoku recently, which I thoroughly enjoy, or I've been reading. Those are my tips and tricks on how to stay productive. I don't follow all of them all of the time. These are just the ones which I like to aim for. I'd like to thank everyone who was so supportive on my first video. At the moment, I have 177 subscribers. Wow, which is really nice. That's grown a lot quicker than I was expecting it to from just one video. But that is everything I have to say, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.